You think that what we're fighting about is stupid. Just cause you don't agree don't mean it's stupid. Lately communication feels so useless.
Savage.
If we don't got that obsessive love, then what we doing? I don't ask for much from you. It's like you don't got the time to lose. Made me feel like I'm a burden when I tell you how I'm hurting. No, you just say you're sorry to say you did. I ain't over it.
What's up, everybody? It's me, your Uncle 79, the Spiritual Savage, here to bring you a message this morning. It's currently 5:31 a.m. on July 28th, 2024. It's going to be storming today. Good. We need to clear out this energy. It's been a lot going on, obviously. And either, like, regardless if you really know it or not, you can feel it. I mean, I feel it. But I would just like to read something here real quick. All right, just clearing this out here. All right, so let me just read this real quick. It's from the Bible, of course, but it's Psalms 91 verse 14. It says, "The Lord says, I will rescue those who love me. I will protect those who trust in my name. When they call on me, I will answer. I will be with them in trouble. I will rescue and honor them. I will reward them with a long life and give them salvation." That's facts. Hold on, because he's getting on my nerves. Go drink some water. Out of breath and just doing ignorant, just being stupid. Okay? Alright, y'all. Sorry. But anyway, now it's 5:33. Hey, 33 on the clock. Ascended Master Energy, reading from the Bible. That's Jesus, Big Brother Jesus, Yeshua, however you'd like to call him. You know, that's a debatable topic I'm not getting into. It's somebody else's jurisdiction, you feel me? But we do believe in God, or I believe in God, you know. I do believe in the power of the Most High. And I'm very grateful for that. So, thank you, Dad, for waking me up this morning, for giving me another day to be here, for me being able to just, I've been working on just like being in the moment of things and not, getting too far ahead of myself or just worrying about tomorrow, because we still have to worry about today. We still have to consider that, there's a lot of things we can miss out on worrying about tomorrow or next week or what happened yesterday or the day before that. Okay. I'm just going to get into this message here because, yesterday I was feeling a little down about things, and I was asking the Most High, like, what am I doing here, man? Like, as confident as I am about, who I am anyway, and what my purpose is here. I'm confident about the fact that, I'll put it like this. I'm very confident about the fact that I have a purpose. A lot of people don't even, know or accept the fact that they do. Some people don't believe that they even have a purpose here. I am confident that I have a purpose here. I'm just not quite sure about what it is, and so a little yesterday, I had questions about, am I doing things the right way, or what am I like? There's always that moment for me, anyways, where I take a step back and I go, because this is human. We're spiritual beings having a human experience. We can't just always live, in the spirit like that. We don't exist just in 5D energy. We just don't. We're humans. So don't feel bad about being human. We're supposed to be. That's what we come here to do. We come here to learn how to be humans, to get this human experience, to do a lot of different things, And so yesterday I was feeling a little down, and I was just like, man, things become overwhelming, And so a lot of times what you'll hear people say, and I've said it before on this channel, it's not your energy. So, don't even, just, return to sender or blah, 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 blah. But no, sometimes it is your energy. It's definitely, but yeah, like what I feel right now is definitely my energy. It's not something. It's not negative energy being sent my way. It's not any type of spell casting. It's my energy. I saw some things yesterday on the internet here. I saw a lot, you know. But I want to just start off by saying that people really feel like they know you from seeing you online, from hidden cameras in your apartment or whatever. Like however anybody is spying on you, because I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. I don't really believe in all that spiritual spying shit. Like I do believe that some people probably do have that capability or that power, but it's not. I'm telling you that it's not like this. It's not like they can see. This is just my perception of it. It's not like they can see every waking moment. It's because and everybody's gifts are different, but I'm just keeping it 100. There's an element. There is a very big element, a huge element of being clairvoyant that doesn't pop up, doesn't show up in your brain, or like with the vision that you get is not like how you're viewing me now. It's not that clear. It just doesn't come on, y'all. That doesn't make sense. Now, can some people probably do that? Possibly so. I do believe that, but not everybody. So all this spiritually spying and blah blah blah, and I've said it before, has translated to me that people are watching you from electronic means, or they're spying. They're viewing you through your computer. They're tapping into your phone. Listen, because there's a lot of things that I know that especially on this platform, when it's come to people who are readers or spiritualists or content creators that I know were taking jabs at me. They weren't spiritually spying on me. They weren't. They weren't. What's the word I'm looking for, y'all? You know what I'm saying? They weren't looking in some crystal ball. They weren't scrying. They weren't doing anything like that. They were tapping into my phones. They were watching me on hidden cameras. Blah 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 blah. Yada yada yada. And so what happens is that people see you in your environment, in your home, which they shouldn't be doing anyway, and they think that they know you based upon maybe things that they see you doing, and a lot of times a lot of things that they see you doing, they're doing too, but they want to exploit that and make you look, however they want to make you look, for smear campaigns, to find reasons just to attack people or to use against them. I almost said against. It's like Malcolm X vibes there. Shout out to Malcolm X. There is a very, but people get back to what I'm saying. So people think that they know you. They really do. And to be honest with you, they don't. When I'm in a bad mood, and this is why I'm very honest about things on my channel, like brutally honest. Y'all know this, because I want things to be clear. I do. I want things to be very clear. And no, I don't share all of my innermost feelings, my intimate feelings with myself, with my higher self, with just with me. That's what a journal is for. Okay, that's what praying is for. That's even when talking to yourself goes. And see, that's where I'm going with this next part of this message. This whatever. Yesterday, so I was kind of having a moment. And a lot of times what we realize, what I've realized, because I've been watching tarot online for about close to 4 years now, and then of course as far as my TikTok, and then my other channel, and then this channel, probably about 2 years now, I've been visibly online, sharing my gifts, giving messages. Okay. There's one thing though that is, I don't know, I gotta say it. I don't, there's no, it's very easy for people to get kind of sucked in to people telling you how you feel. Giving a reading, okay, so like general collective energy readings, or even somebody giving you a reading, I have come across, I've just been noticing it a lot a lot more lately as it pertains to me. Because like I've said before, there are people that have been spying on me, but there are also people that are spying on them. But those people that are spying on them are also spying on me as well. Does that make sense? And I'm not saying that these people that are spying on them, that are spying on me, are bad people. But there's a very surface level kind of, I don't know, idea about what I'm going through. You feel me? And I'm very adamant about, forgiving, letting go. I say that a lot. Don't let your circumstances become your reality, inside or whatever. But sometimes that's the reality of it. We're human. There seems to be sometimes a very huge separation. Like we're supposed to separate the two. But are we really? It's just a question. Just because we have a balance of the two doesn't mean that they're integrated. It just means that we find a balance, They're supposed to be separate. We're spiritual beings having a human experience. It's just like going to work and coming home. You leave. Home is really kind of your spirituality. That's your sanctuary. Work is where you go make your money. You're supposed to separate the two. Find a balance. They're not supposed to be integrated. Even if you work from home, you got to know when to shut it off and then turn it back on. A lot of times I don't even write things down because I feel like, for me anyway, it's more organic and I feel like I get it. Because anytime a lot of times I write things down, I deviate from what I've written down anyway. So, and plus I like to feel like this is more of a conversation instead of a scripted conversation. You know what I'm saying? And nothing against people that write things down, because hell, I write things down all day long. But I'm just saying as far as this part goes, I just really feel like there should be a moment where people just take a step back. I don't know, and think about some things. Because I've noticed that first, because I'm not no therapist, y'all, and I'm not a therapist. I'm not no motherfucking doctor. I'm not a lawyer. Okay, I offer my opinion about stuff, but you got a lot of people out here that deliver messages that think that they're therapists, that like to tell you how you feel or why you feel what you feel, and based upon surface level things. And I got a problem with that. I really do have a big problem with that, because it's easy to be influenced by what somebody says. Okay? Which is why I don't tell people on this channel why they feel what they feel. I can't do that for you. I can say, well, it seems like you feel like that, or the cards are saying maybe you feel like that, or I felt like that before, maybe that's what you. But I'm not here to tell nobody that's why you feel the way you feel, because I was thinking about it yesterday. A lot of things that I know that are for me from people, or just from messages, is a lot of it is based upon what people see. But nobody really knows, because I don't share a lot of things. I don't, especially when it comes to my innermost feelings. I get very personal in here, but it's not wise or smart to share your innermost feelings with everybody, correct? Because then what happens is that people start to manipulate you. Whether that's, in a nefarious way or a well-intended way. I don't do that, because I don't need nobody. I don't want anybody playing in my, trying to play in my brain. I'm a spiritual being, and I'm very intuitive, but we can all be manipulated. We can all have those moments where, especially when you allow somebody when you allow somebody inside to kind of tap into what you really got going on in here. well-intended or nefarious purposes, people manipulate. So to go back to what I'm telling you is that the things that, so waking up, you know, kind of, I just been waking up in a very kind of shitty, irritated mood. I just have been. And you know, I was going back and forth about, you know, well, Dwayne, what's going on here? And then, you know, I tap into the, you know, my message, you know, stuff online and blah blah blah, and I keep hearing, oh, that's not your energy. Clear it out. No, it is my energy, and these are my feelings. I like to be positive about things, but we're here to have a human experience. We got to deal with negativity. Okay? Negativity is always ever present. We just have to figure out how we deal with that personally. You know what I'm saying? And so the negative energy that I feel, the negative feelings that I feel are valid. They are valid. I don't know what anybody, and you know what, to be honest with you, as far as, because I was going to say, I don't know what anybody else has gone through, but as it pertains to me, I don't give a fuck. I'm keeping it 100 because it ain't got nothing to do with me. We all have our feelings, and we are entitled to feel however we feel about the things that are going on in our lives, because these human experiences that we're having as spiritual beings, they're personalized. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, if you're feeling negative energy from bad things that have happened to you, hell yeah, it's your energy. Do we need to figure out how to clear it out? I don't know. Or do we just need to figure out how to deal with it? I'm just being accountable for my experience and what I'm here for. There's a huge amount of there's a large expectation, especially for somebody in my position that's on here who's considered like a spiritualist or whatever. I don't know. I like to consider myself a spiritual alarm clock. You know, waking you up to your spirit. You know, your spiritual side. But even with that, when we say spiritual side, what does that really mean for people? You know, we got a lot of people around here telling us what that means. It's no, all of our experiences are tailor-made specifically for us, and they're all going to be different and unique. Are they very particular? Do we all go through the same things? Yes, we do. But not everybody. And everybody going through the same thing is not going to feel the same way. That we're not supposed to. The end result for everybody is not going to be the same either. My job here is just to help people navigate through. This is what I feel anyways. I feel like part of what I'm here to do is just to help, just to make it easier for people during their navigation. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not here to solve problems. Not for nobody. I'm not here to solve anybody's problems. Am I here to help people solve their problems? Probably so. But I'm not here to solve people's problems. My purpose is I'm not here. What my experience should not be the blueprint for everybody else's experience. You know what I'm saying? It's just not. What I do on this platform is showing people that you can get through it. How do you get through that? I don't know. With God, because that's how I got through all this. And that's how I'm getting through it. I want to encourage people today to not allow anyone to micromanage your experience and your feelings, which is why I've been kind of really not doing personal readings, because to me it's destructive. For me, I've really kind of felt like that. I don't want no parts of it, because people become very dependent on allowing their experience to be micromanaged. It's very hard for people to take what resonates and leave what does not if they're taking everything that seems to resonate. You feel me? And I'm not knocking people that give personal readings. Come on now, y'all. It's and this is what I'm saying. It's like For me to have to say that is part of my irritation. 1919 on the clock. The number 19 talks about abundance. It talks about luck. I believe that's what it means. I should probably remember that since my birthday's on the 19th. But it's a good number. Okay, 33 on the clock too. Hey. But the fact that I have to say certain things like that, like, when I was growing up and when I was in early adulthood, I never heard people had to explain those very kind of what I would consider duh moments. See, that goes to show you where we are in a society right now. Everybody's relying on people to just walk them, like hand in hand, walk them and guide them every step of the way, to explain things to them every step of the way. The internet, although very good, is very destructive because nobody wants to do anything anymore. Nobody wants to think for themselves. AI is answering all of the questions. AI is writing books, writing papers, writing screenplays, writing things, create everything. It's very helpful, but at the same time, I was sitting here yesterday and I was like, okay, so, as far as like designing cards or coming up with things that I'm trying to create here. And again, I got to say it. I guess I got to say it because, so there'll be maybe somebody goes, well, what's he trying to say? Shut up. Like, the fact that always has to kind of be the follow-up to everything somebody says is ridiculous. It's truly ridiculous because, again, we are spiritual beings having a human experience, but a lot of people are spiritual beings having a human experience with a very childlike perspective, a very immature perspective, a very lazy perspective. Because I'm saying, because AI is supposed to be, technology, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. And so, like, say, for instance, if you're creating images using AI, right? Which is helpful. No, don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking that. I'm just giving you an example of what I feel like one of the problems is. So, I'm typing things into AI and it generates these images. And I'm like, okay, so AI is supposed to be like this, very smart technology. And I'm typing in certain things and then I'm looking and I'm like, that's not what the fuck I even asked for. I get more detailed. Enter. That's not what I asked for. And then it made me think like, man, why? I'll just do the shit myself. I'll learn how to draw again. Well, I know how to draw, but I'll learn how to just do it without AI. But everybody relies on this technology. Everybody relies on things that they see on the internet. Listen, 90% of the things that you see that people are on here talking about, they're lying. It's not even real. Who they are when they step in front of a camera is not even fucking real. 90%. That's what I'm picking up on. Maybe 20. 20. They're not even real. None of it is real. A lot of people are using AI to type up scripts or type up messages and blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. There's an element of AI and like technology and things that because I'm getting back to it, but this is just a conversation this morning, 24/7 on the clock. Because I like for these to be like conversations. So, when you're talking to me, I'm talking about a lot of things. And, if you dig it, you dig it. If you don't, you don't. Click off. I don't care. Okay? But it's like the fact that you can ask AI to code, like provide just like automatic coding. Oh yeah, I can write a whole book or a whole screenplay. Are you really interested in that? A lot of people are. Where's the spirituality in that? Where's the humanity in any of that? If I were to type an AI prompt right now and say, a man and a woman embracing each other with feelings of intense desire to be with one another forever, what you think's gonna pop up? Some shit I didn't ask for, okay, or something very AI technology based, something I didn't ask for. You know how if the image came up and somebody were to download it and put on a poster, the same phrase I just said, people will go, oh, that is nice, that makes sense. No, it doesn't even make sense. That's not what it is. There's no humanity in it. There's no spirituality in it. And you got a lot of people out here that are sitting around thinking that they're prophets or therapists or doctors or lawyers or teachers, when all they've done is they've asked AI a question, and then it comes up, and then they read it and they go, well, I know exactly what I'm talking about now. No, the fuck they don't. And it's been prophesized that AI or technology is part of the enemy's plan to take over humanity. It dumbs us the fuck down. It does. I don't really like to ask AI questions. You see my experience with Alexa. A lot of that is because she does answer questions. You know what I'm saying? But there's still a responsibility on my part as a human being, a spiritual being having a human experience, to still organically and naturally grow and learn from myself. I'm pretty much just telling y'all that there's a lot. I don't know, man. You feel me though? Be careful about allowing people to micromanage your feelings. Be careful for people telling you why you feel what you feel. They don't fucking know. There could be all kind of. There has been all kind of hidden cameras in my house, in both of them, here and in Rochester. Definitely was. People watching, neighbors across the hall tapping in, watching, listening to me. Neighbors upstairs, neighbors across the way, the next door in the next building, fucking maintenance man next door in the empty apartment, going and retrieving SD cards, or whatever the fuck, SD cards while they had hidden cameras in here. I saw them. People saw me doing in here, getting high than a motherfucker, going through it, and then nobody bothered to be a human being and go, what's really going on over there? Because that wasn't the point. That wasn't the purpose. It was driven by money. And so what happens is that people that's why I don't judge people. I don't judge people by when they're in a very low vibration, doing low vibrational things, unless it affects me. And even if it affects me, I'm still trying to find an understanding as to why they did, y'all, it's compassion based. You feel me? But you get a lot of people that see certain things or see certain emotions or see a lot of, and they'll make judgments on that. Oh, you got to be feeling that way because what? No, It's not your energy. Yeah, it is. A lot of times it is. A lot of times it's our energy. And you got to be careful, because if you're sitting around having somebody tell you it's not your energy, it's negative energy. Everything's not witchcraft. Everything's not spell work. Everything is not energy manipulation. It's our job. It's our job to figure out how we're not going to be manipulated by the things that we feel. And when we're not being accountable for that, this is just how I feel. Then what happens is that we're not taking care of ourselves, because again, we're allowing people to tell us how we feel. We're allowing people to micromanage our feelings for us. And when the shit doesn't work, we're still looking for people to micromanage us because we're not dealing with what we're supposed to be dealing with here. And that in itself is a shame. There's a lot of things that I'm really starting to notice now that I didn't notice before about a lot of different things. And that's because being in my position, there's a huge expectation that I'm supposed to be like, I'm not a guru on spirituality. I'm not. No. I'm not a master of spirituality. I'm not a master of manifestations. I am an expert on getting back up. I'm an expert on learning that fat meat is greasy. I'm an expert in learning that the stove is hot, the oven's hot if you touch it when it's turned on. How do I know that? Because I done walked around with greasy ass fingers and a greasy ass face plenty of times, over and over again, because I've been burned plenty times by my own account. That's what I'm an expert on. I've fallen a lot in my life. I've been pushed down a lot in my life, but I keep getting back up. That's what I'm an expert on. And I'll tell you this though. When I have to consider and think about the last couple of years or the last year, moreover specifically, I've received a lot of help from people in this community online, and I'm very grateful for that. I mean, I don't know. It would have been a lot harder for me to get through this part of my life without that support, without this, the spiritual community. But I'll tell you what, and this is no disrespect. I'm looking back and I'm like, some things would have been a hell of a lot easier if people weren't playing too much energy manipulation, trying to tell me how to feel, or why I shouldn't feel this way, or why I shouldn't say this, or why I shouldn't let it go, why I need to let this go. I'm not a puppet for anybody, but that's my responsibility. You feel me? That's my responsibility to not allow myself to be puppeted, or to be controlled, or to be manipulated, or to be led. I'm not a sheeple. I'm not a sherpson. I'm not a sheep. Being a sheep, allowing people to micromanage your actions and how you feel and what you need to do, that can lead you over a cliff. Again, it's not my job to tell people why they feel the way that they feel. It's part of a lot of what I do on this channel is I'm telling you what's going on around you. I'm also telling you too, like, I know what you feel. I'm not here to tell you why you feel what you feel, or that it ain't your energy. I'm starting to really kind of realize, no, it's a lot of what I feel is my energy. It is, and I'm not gonna stifle it. We talk a lot about shadow work in the spiritual community as well. That's what true shadow work is owning what it is that you feel. Even if, now there are times that people send you energy or want you to feel a very specific way. And it's our responsibility to say, am I going to take this or not? But we feel things because we feel things. Nobody has that much control over us, or shouldn't. But if somebody sends you energy and you feel it, at that point, it's yours then. Regardless if you want to send the energy back to them. No. When you return to sender the energy, you're returning that energy that person sent you back to them, but you still have received the energy they sent you. So what are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with it? Because listen, somebody can send you, let's say like somebody sends you negative energy. This is just an example. Somebody sends you energy of sadness. Okay? You get the energy. You feel it. You're like, damn, I'm sad. Well, this ain't my energy, so I'm just going to return it back. What? You still have to feel that. What do you do with that? That's where the shadow work comes in, because I'm telling you right now, there's sadness somewhere inside of you. They're not sending you a specific kind of sadness. They've just sent you sadness. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense for people? We still have to do that work, regardless if we return to sender it or not. I'm saying all this because I was very frustrated yesterday. 44. Hey. Because, again, I know that over the last couple of years, or the last 3 or 4 years, really 3 years, that I've had people treat me a very particular kind of way because of what they saw about how they see me and my emotions. And people judge and go, well, I know that he's going through that. I mean, can we just be honest real quick? The things that I have dealt with from my family, my lovers, my friends, all these different, I'm using air bunnies because I don't really fuck with those people anymore, nor do I trust any of them either. And every day, the Most High God, whether it's through a confirmation from a message that I see online, but moreover, what if I didn't have internet? This is where I'm getting at. What if I didn't have internet? Because a lot of times what happens is that we get people that get these confirmations, or they're delivering messages because they are gifted, but at the same time they are giving us these confirmations yet telling us how we should feel about it. No. You don't never see me doing that shit. And again, I'm not knocking anybody, but I'm telling you that shouldn't nobody be giving me no confirmations and then telling me how to feel about it. Does anybody understand the gravity of being at 44 years old and realizing that all at the same time, like just being bombarded with the fact that all these different things are going on? It's nothing shy of a miracle. It's the Most High God that I'm not somewhere sitting in a hospital, that I'm not somewhere on the street just out of my mind. It's nothing shy of a miracle that I'm not strung out on drugs or drinking myself to death or out here being a slutty whore trying to make myself feel better because of the lack of love and support and security that I have, that I don't have from the people that are supposed to do that for me. That's God. But because we're having this human experience, I still have to deal with that. You still have to deal with that kind of shit. And I don't think people truly understand that. That's why what I'm starting to realize now is that a lot of this shit, a lot of these people, and 90% of everybody I see on YouTube now is fake and phony. Sorry, that's just how I feel about it. Because anybody that's truly been through a lot of the things that I've gone through shouldn't even be. Listen, I can't tell nobody how to feel about that. All I can do is try to tell people that it gets better, but you can get through it. I don't know, man. This is deep shit. It's deep. This also led me to this other thing too. I don't even know if I'm gonna pull cards today. I don't even know if I feel like it. We're just gonna talk, and if you're with it, you with it. If you're not, you're not. A lot of motherfuckers are gonna click off because they're looking to be micromanaged or they're looking to be nosy. Okay, they like drama, and that's facts, because that's what keeps them going. That's the truth of the matter. A lot of people come on my channel to see if I'm going to talk about their ass today. I am talking about your ass today. I'm talking about all of our asses today. But I'm not talking about them the way that they want to, because see, they want to see what I know about them, which is whatever. I'll come back later with some cards and read the fuck out your ass if that's what you truly want. You want to get roasted by some tarot cards, dumb bitch, dumb nigga. Okay, yeah, we'll come back later. Just make sure you like the video and share it, bitch. Okay? To send it if that's what you send the reader a tip, ho, nigga. And then I was looking, again, this is just some good uncle, some good friend advice, for real. Some good savage advice, some good Dwayne Bowdry advice, because before I was a savage, I was Dwayne Bowdry. Just trying to find my way through a very difficult situation, and I'm still doing that. I'm very confident. I'm very strong, but that's that spirituality in me. But on the human side of me, this shit could really fuck me up. The only thing that's forever inside of me is my spirit. This is temporary. It's meant to be that way. This human experience is temporary, which is why we're supposed to get as much out of it as we can, independently, through our own work, through our own mind and our own decisions, without allowing people to micromanage how we feel, without allowing tarot to tell us what we should and should not do. I don't even pull cards for myself. Rarely. You know, I'm honest about that. And I rarely get readings from people. Hold on. All right. I had to take a quick little break here. The other thing I wanted to talk about too is, so does anybody remember like the old cartoons back in the day where you had two people that might have been against each other, right? And then you got one person who says something about the other person, and everybody jumps sides and goes rah 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 rah. And then the other person goes what blah blah blah, and everybody goes yeah yeah. And they do the back and forth, the back and forth, the back and forth, the back and forth. You remember that shit? It happened on like all of the cartoons back in the day. I miss those cartoons, y'all. They actually had a lot of hidden meanings and messages about reality in the world. There was a lot of parodies there. A very kind of realistic caricature of the humanity. You know what I'm saying? I saw some things yesterday and I was like, again, when are people going to start being able to just think for themselves without just trusting what people say all the time? The internet is brutal. Okay? How quickly people jump on a bandwagon to attack somebody because of what somebody says. I saw some shit yesterday and I was like, this don't make no sense. There were people that because the universe will speak to us. Again, there's some things about AI, there's some things about technology that I feel like are very helpful to people, especially when it comes to the algorithm. See, because this is the matrix, this is the human experience, this is pretty much like a simulation. In a sense, I don't believe it's all a simulation. To me, that just doesn't make any damn sense. Simulations don't hurt. Okay? Simulations don't fucking hurt. So no, this is not a simulation. It's not a program. Human beings are not programs. Okay? But for lack of a better word, simulation. Because let's face it, even in the Matrix, when Neo was in the Matrix and Neo got fucked up and he came out of that Matrix, he was still fucked up. The simulation are the lies that people tell us, the false realities that we internalize as a realistic kind of thing. That's what the simulation is. But I saw some things yesterday about how a number of different scenarios or instances in this world where people were accused of things by people that were lying, and how the internet attacked the out of people before even getting the whole story. Oh, this person has receipts. That person made receipts. This person made fake messages, created a false narrative because somebody pissed them off or somebody rejected them. You got people trying to say, and so people believe all these different things about people. And so what the world will do is, because people are fucking sheep, they jump sides. They attack the hell out of these people to the point to where people are actually eliminating themselves from the equation. And they weren't even guilty. And then those same people that were on the side of the person that had these quote unquote receipts then jump sides and go, well, then they were wrong. Duh. I mean, duh. Ruin people's entire lives because people are so ready to just jump on a bandwagon instead of thinking for themselves. Instead of saying, wait a minute now. Now I know what it looks like, but maybe we should take a different look at it. Take a look at it. and even police officers, the justice system. I saw something yesterday about how this it's about the daycare, because I be tapping into my boy's channel, and that's the next best thing. I binge watch a lot of his stuff, but it's like the news to me because it's stories I've never heard of before. And again, this is about, do your own research, but things are factual. These are things that were facts. These are stories that were already, it's not like he was giving his perspective on it. He's just giving an account with, with his style as it pertains to things that are already, these are facts. This shit really happened. This is not something that I'm going, oh, he said it, so I believe it. No, dummies. Whoever thinks that's what shut up. But he told a story yesterday about how this daycare, this mom at a daycare took her child to the doctor, and the doctor said that the child had been SA'd. And so she went back to the daycare, and I guess because there was only one man working there, he had to be the one to do it. So she attacked him. She had receipts from the doctor or whatever. But she attacked the man that worked there and got the police involved, CPS involved, then went online and, created all these accounts and just blasted the guy and blasted the daycare. And he ended up losing his job there. He didn't get arrested, I don't think. No, he didn't get arrested or went to prison or anything like that. But his reputation was ruined. Right? People coming to his house, threatening him because of what this woman had said. So this went on. The daycare ends up shutting down, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. But the crazy part about it is, so not everybody's a sheep. Not everybody's a sheeple, a sherpson. I don't know why I keep wanting to say sherpson, but it is what it ain't. And so there are people out there that go, wait a minute, there's some inconsistencies with what this person is saying, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. So then they do their own kind of independent investigation. Somebody independently went and spoke to some detectives and got some got the details. Get your monkey ass down. Scab. Just trying to get attention. Side note, cats don't really like dry food. They don't. And so when they got dry food in the bowls and they want the other kind of food, they start acting a damn fool. Okay? So I guess they're carnivores, but they better snack until I get up, until I'm done, instead of doing dumb shit. You feel me? Scab. Hold on. He know better too, because when I get up, he looks at me and starts running. What? Come on. There you go. He's a handsome cat, though. Nice looking cat. Ain't you, baby? So anyway, they do their own kind of independent, these people online, like 10 people, I believe, went and he just be wanting attention. Niggas do dumb shit. Niggas want attention, they start acting a fool. All right. So 10 people did this. They started to look into stuff. There was some online content creator who got into investigative reporting, and so which was really cool. This is when God steps in and sends an angel in to kind of heal a situation or kind of correct things. So they ended up, basically, I'm going to get to it. They ended up doing their own kind of independent investigation, putting facts out there that kind of countered what this woman had claimed this man had done. And it's very unfortunate what happened to the child. They don't even know who did what. But long story short, there were cameras all over the daycare, all over the daycare, everywhere. The entrance, the right in front of the bathroom, right in the cafeteria, right where the kids sleep, right where they learn, right where they play. There's cameras every single place in this establishment. Why did it take somebody that's not a law enforcement officer or from the justice system or from CPS to go say, let's review all of those cameras and see what actually happened? Why did it take somebody that was totally independent of the situation to do that, to clear that man's name? Because people were so ready to believe that somebody did something just because somebody said something is insane. Is insane. Because people are so ready to jump on the bandwagon. So now everybody that was rah-rah-rahing for the mom all jumped on the other side and said, well, she's a liar. She ruined that man's life. Now, y'all ruined that man's life. Y'all helped this lady ruin that man's life. All this money raised for these GoFundMe accounts for these people out here ruining people's lives, creating all these false narratives, blaming people for things, accusing people of things. And then you get all these people that are online. This is why being online is so dangerous. These, what happens online can be so dangerous, because then you get all these people that rah and want to ruin somebody's life and donate all this money to GoFundMe accounts to help these people. And then when they find out that the shit's not real, then they jump on the side and go rah, that person's a liar. But what happened? But what about the person whose lives you guys helped ruin? Everybody's off the hook. Stop it. Everybody's off the hook. Especially when it comes to people that take themselves out because of how people attack them online. That's sad. Because, then people jump on the other side and go, that person's a liar. So, generally what happens? People shut their accounts down and they go run and hide. But what about the person whose life was ruined? Did these people that sent all that money to the GoFundMe then create a GoFundMe to help reestablish a person's life or help rebuild a person's life up? No, they don't. They damn sure don't. There's not a single accountable fucking person. And that's a fucking shame. Because everybody wants everybody to micromanage how they feel. Nobody wants to think for themselves. Nobody has an independent thought of their own. Everybody wants to jump on a bandwagon or what somebody says that sounds good. Or sounds like it's true. Like ain't nobody ever told a big fucking lie before. We got presidents that told huge lies. Not even just the current, not even the current one or the one before him or the one. Listen. There's just a lot going on in this world. I'm telling you now. I'm tired. I'm just tired. And this is not about needing to go take a damn salt. I just got out the spiritual shower. I don't need to take no damn spiritual bath. I don't need to go burn no damn sage. It's because what it is what I feel is real. And it's okay for me to feel like that. I'm not gonna come on here and go, take a salt bath, clear your energy out. No. You can't just clear what you do. These are feelings. You feel me? We're here having this experience. It's not just energy. These are feelings. We're supposed to feel these things so that we can understand things better, so maybe we can make different choices, blah, 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 so we can be angry about it. You feel me? We are in a very spiritual age, but we are still human beings. We don't exist totally in spirit. I figure that's probably why my channel is very unpopular amongst a lot of people, because it totally contradicts everything a lot of people say, whether they're well intended or not, whether they're being honest about what they're saying or not. The truth of the matter is that spirituality is booming and popping right now, and I don't care what people say. A lot of motherfucking people are capitalizing off that shit left and right. Listen, I'm just a man. I'm a spiritual being having a human experience. Am I spiritual as hell? Hell yeah, I am. Do I got gifts? Certainly the fuck I do. But we still have to live here. We still got to feel what we feel. There's nothing wrong with that. It's your energy. It's your feelings. What you feel is exactly what you probably should be feeling in this moment. Spirituality just helps you discern how you should deal with it and what you should learn from it and how you can grow from it. Now you can change from it. That's facts. You feel me? I'm not going to pull any cards. There's just a lot going on, man. But there's always God. That's something that's source, higher power, the creator is always there anyway. I feel like God keeps me here so I can say things like this to get people to truly understand why we're really here. Simulation or not, your energy or not. Your feelings are your feelings. You feel me? There's not a salt bath in this world that's going to take away the depression and pain that we feel from the shit that people keep doing to us on this planet. I'm just going to be honest about that. I have grown from these experiences. I have learned a lot. And no, I don't allow the trauma or the pain to dictate my actions in a negative way. But we are kind of told that if you walk around and you're in a bad mood because of the way things have happened to you, that's a low vibration and that's going to mess up your manifestations and this, that, and the third. I prayed about it yesterday. And you know what I heard? No, that's not true. Not at all. I'm just giving you what I heard, what I feel. And what I feel comes from the Most High, from Source. No, it doesn't. We're supposed to be upset about that. We're supposed to be pissed about what people have done. They've stolen from us. They have abused us. They have traumatized us. They have set us up for death. We're supposed to be pissed about that. And there's not a grounding method. There's not a meditation, an allotted time to meditate, a salt fucking bath, burning sage, using Florida water. None of that removes what we feel. You know what removes what we feel? Let's be honest about that, people. Justice. Okay? I accept it. I forgive these people, but it doesn't take away the feeling of fear. It doesn't take away the feeling of sadness. It doesn't take the feelings of questions and confusion. That's what justice is for, to balance things out. Justice is not just about people getting arrested and going to prison. We're talking about justice, scales. Right now, a lot of us are like this. Now, spiritually and emotionally, we could probably be like this, but our feelings are like this. Okay? This is the way I'm telling you. This is just my personal experience. And I'm saying us just because I'm talking to y'all and we're having a conversation. But right now, my feelings are like this. Spiritually, I'm good, I suppose. I feel like I am anyways. You know? Because that spirituality is your connection to your higher self and source. And that's solid. Okay? But because I know that that's solid, I know that what I'm feeling is correct. As far as my feelings are concerned, I'm pissed and I'm angry. And is that a low vibration? I don't know, because my anger empowers me sometimes to do what I know I need to do to get through this day. My anger allows me to have the passion that I need to keep moving forward. Now, if I became angry and went all the way to St. Paul and started slapping the shit out of family members, now that's bad. If I caught a flight down to Georgia to Atlanta, caught a Greyhound bus to Thomasville, Georgia, and went down there and started slapping the shit out of people, now that would be bad. That's a low vibration. But anger is a feeling. Whether it's a positive or negative feeling, are we supposed to have a polarity? Aren't we supposed to have a duality, a balance? Okay? I'm just saying. What I feel right now is cool. I'm supposed to be angry because you know what? Again, justice is supposed to balance those scales out. Now the relationship between justice and spirituality is very important. When you want to call for righteous judgment and justice, when you want spiritual court to go into effect, you do have to live right, of course. That just makes sense because there's a balance. You don't want to. It's very simple. You don't want to reward bad behavior, but you're entitled to have bad feelings, especially when bad things happen to you. Do not allow anybody to tell you that you can't. What you do with those feelings is your responsibility, though. What you do with your feelings, you have to be accountable for. But I'm telling you here, there ain't nothing wrong with being angry, pissed off, and sad. Depression is a different thing. That's a state. It's not a feeling. But I can be sad, I can be angry, I can be pissed, I can be confused. That holds me accountable for what I'm going to do with that. How am I going to navigate myself through that? What am I going to gain from this? Am I going to walk around angry every damn day? No. Can I walk around angry or pissed or sad or confused for a few days? Fucking right I can. It's my journey. It's tailor-made for me. Okay? And so is yours. You guys know what I'm saying, though. When I'm saying me, I'm talking about so can you. Micromanage your own fucking feelings. Don't feel bad about how you feel. As long as it's how you feel is not destructive for someone else is my point. But we're entitled to feel however we choose to feel. And trust and believe, I'm gonna tell you this, I don't care what anybody says. I don't really feel like you being sad and angry or pissed about some things that have happened to you are gonna stop good things from happening to you. Because a lot of times when we're in those negative kind of emotions and feelings, we're looking for something good to happen for us and to us to balance those scales out. Am I right or am I wrong, y'all? I don't know. I do know. What I'm saying may not be right for everybody, and it ain't supposed to be. Hell, it may not be right for nobody else out there but me. But y'all, I mean, this is just my account of it. We learn from other folks' accounts. We become inspired from other folks' accounts of what goes on here. Just don't allow, and this is not me trying to micromanage your feelings or tell you what the fuck to do. This is just some advice. Just don't allow these feelings of anger, resentment. Again, that's a state, in my opinion. But don't allow your feelings to, anger, confusion, and sadness to create depression and resentment and negative behavior. Destructive behavior. Like, don't allow it to push you back into drugs or alcohol or abusing your body or abusing anyone else. You feel me? Like, that's pretty much what I'm saying. But we are all entitled to feel how the fuck we feel. Okay? Get your ass out of here. This cat is preoccupied with doors. They do got doors. All right, y'all. I'm about to get up off here. Come on, baby. Come on. Come up here. Come on. Go drink some water. He keeps running around here out of breath. All right. That's the end of this message. All right. I hope everybody has a wonderful day. I hope this message does kind of help people, don't feel guilty about. Listen, I'm not worried about manifestations. I mean, I've worked on a lot. I've manifested a lot, quite a bit from within myself. I'm not worried about manifestations. I mean, as far as what I do know about manifestations is if you do good, you get good, and that's all I promise. That's all I pretty much tell people. You get what you give. Don't let all that hard work that you put into being a better person be ruined. When I say manifestations about things coming in for you, most of what I'm talking about is the things that good people get in this planet. When you do a good job, you get good things. Facts. So don't allow anybody else to send you negative energy and allow this motherfucker here. You hear that? I'm telling you, he opens and closes doors.